We have a couple extra tables, maybe just set them out here.
The event here in Arvada today is the Day of Service. This is in conjunction with the Day of Service that was enacted by Congress after 9/11.
Here's a flashlight. Thank you so much for being here. This is your card. This is going to tell you what project you're on.
And we use the park as a central base location because there was things that need to be done up there.
You guys are on Team 8. Okay. So Rod's your project manager.
When you need something, talk to your project manager. Your project manager then will talk to your site manager.
It's Eileen because she leans on one leg because she only has one leg.
Phil's name has special meaning too.
It's short for filet mignon.
More on that later. Phil and Eileen and a brood of her pals currently reside smack dab in the middle of Arvada on the old Moore Brothers farm owned by the city of Arvada. They share the farm with some cattle whose owner is leasing space here. But the steer and hens are here through a partnership with the Colorado State University Extension to host 4-H programs on the farm. And that's what the story is actually about. David Leopold's project is the brood of hens. Melissa Larkey's project is Phil.
For the most part, he's pretty good. He's like his temper and everything is really nice. He's just really lazy. Getting him to walk is definitely the hardest part. Dude, come on, dude. Of course he's gonna be stubborn right now.
The Rocky Mountain Honor Flight Hub started in 2008. It has made more than 24 trips. It still focuses on World War II veterans, but also takes Korean War veterans or terminally ill veterans from any war or conflict. The 3-day, 2-night trip to multiple memorials in the nation's capital is free to veterans.
Each trip is different. The personalities are different and they make the trip.
And a special honor, ladies and gentlemen, as we pull into the gate area here, our Washington, Baltimore area fire departments are going to give the complimentary water gun salute for our fine gentleman in the back.
And that is just the beginning. The reception that awaits them inside the terminal is truly emotional. They've hung in closets or been tucked away in dressers for years.
I have at least 40 or more at home.
T-shirts with precious memories, but no longer worn. Now your T-shirts can have new life as a quilt. As a quilt, your T-shirts tell a bigger story. Where you've been, what you've been passionate about, your life's work.
I worked in Lake Middle School for about 20 years with students, and I came from South Dakota, so I had that in here.
And it's obvious she loves horses too. Lois Weber teaches the T-shirt quilt class at the Apex Community Recreation Center.
The last time we had to take this tank fully out of service was about 3 decades ago. With this tank down, we especially wanted the younger guys that are working in our water operations division to see the inside of this tank. So along with that, we opened it up to some of the other departments and divisions who don't really know what we do. I think it gives them a better appreciation of the efforts it takes to provide good, clean, potable water to our customers. When you're down in it, it looks much larger than when you're standing on top of it.
With the way the tank was designed, inlet on that side, outlet on that side, I get the swirl and I get a lot of movement in here. I don't have any water quality issues.
It's a 10 million gallon storage tank. It is about 28 feet in depth, the water depth. This serves zone 2, which is our red zone. This is the lower red zone. And we'll bring divers in every 6 to 8 years, and they will wet vac the bottom of the tank and remove the sediment.
Westwoods Elementary School gets kind of crazy with 650 students on the move. Combine that with heavy traffic on nearby Quaker Street between West 70th and 72nd Avenue, and bad things can happen.
We easily have 75 kids that are crossing here throughout the day. So when they saw breaks in traffic, would kind of run across the street wherever. Do the people that are driving know that there are students that are around? If I'm not a parent and I'm coming through here, you know, it's not my first concern.
But parents and school leaders expressed their concern to the city, and the city came up with a solution.
We're very excited that the crosswalk is here.
That's right, a new crosswalk, and not just any crosswalk. It's the first of its kind in Arvada. It's called
a rectangular rapid flashing beacon.
It's simpler than it sounds. Wesley Dismore coordinates bike and pedestrian traffic for the city. He demonstrates. When a pedestrian comes up, there's a push button. Just push it.
When you do, the yellow lights start flashing.
That tells drivers that someone's about to cross.
And they'll slow down and yield to you while you're in the crosswalk.
Welcome to Arvada, a thriving community combining small-town charm with business and commerce acumen. Tucked between the foothills of the Rocky Mountains and the city of Denver, Arvada has it all, including hundreds of sunshiny days and stunning vistas. 3 interstate highways and the regional Fast Tracks rail line provide easy access to the metro region, Denver International Airport, mountain skiing, major league sports, and world-class research and educational opportunities. Within its 40 square miles, Arvada has something for everyone to love. Quality of life shows up in its 140 award-winning parks, including splash pads, 125 miles of hiking, biking, and horseback trails, 10 sports complexes, 3 public golf courses, multiple cutting-edge skate parks, 250 restaurants, a growing brewery and winery district, and its charming historic Old Town, listed on the National Register of Historic Districts. The new G-Line commuter rail system provides an alternative to Arvada travelers heading to Denver International Airport. Travelers can take the G-Line to Union Station in Denver and then transfer to the A-Line, which goes to DIA. Passengers with baggage or concerns about stairs will be glad to know that the entire route can be accomplished on one level, or with escalators, elevators, or ramps. The commuter rail cars provide level boarding surfaces at all doors of the train. To begin, board the G-Line at any of the 7 stations along its 11-mile route. 3 of the stations are in Arvada. They include the Arvada Ridge Station at 52nd and Kipling, the Old Town Arvada Station at Grandview and Vance Street, and the Arvada Gold Strike Station at 60th and Sheridan. It's a good day at Church's Ranch. Just ask the horses. There's hay, sunshine, room to kick up your heels, and plenty of love to go around. It's the home of the Horse Protection League, where horses get a second chance.
Hi, sweetheart.
To me, it's very fulfilling to see how a horse that can come in unwanted and sick and in horrible condition can be brought to health, and then find someone who wants to love that horse for the rest of that horse's life.
Established in 1994, the Horse Protection League found the perfect home in West Arvada.
We have about 49 acres here. It's what's called the Church's Ranch property. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. We lease it from the city of Arvada.
I grew up playing games like The Legend of Zelda, and over time became more and more interested in swords, and it kind of interests me to learn more about how to actually use it and to learn about the history of the weapon.
What brings them in might be a different cultural influence from a different time period, but once they're here, it's all the same. Oh, okay. It's an art done well, it's aesthetically pleasing. It is a sport, it's done for competition, but it's a combative art. Remember, it's a fighting art, and it does take tremendous skill. It's a physical and mental game.
They're sleek and sustainable. They're called Evolution bottles, and they roll off the line right here in Arvada at a Lico container.
We think they're truly revolutionary. Most aluminum cans you see today are about 50% recycled content. Our bottles are 80% recycled content. We like the fact that we're making a difference in our ecology going forward and the sustainability of packaging for our customers going forward.
The company's eco-friendly mindset goes far beyond using recycled aluminum.
We use a digital printing process that uses a UV curing process, so there's very low VOCs in our ink.
When it opened in 2013, Odyssey Beer Works location caught some by surprise, but underscored its intention to be a tap room and brewery.
We like the spot. It's an industrial mixed-use area that we're in, and we knew we wanted to be a production facility. We can actually do about 1,000 cans an hour here, so 18 cans a minute, basically, or if you want to break it down even more, 45 cases an hour.
Their beers are sold in 200 liquor stores in Colorado and growing. On the serving side, Odyssey Beer Works offers a tap room and tons of events and food trucks. That strategy has brewed up real success. It's enough to make your head spin. Used tires, batteries, brakes, all the parts under the hood, and the undercarriage. And the fluids, tons of fluids.
We generate approximately 250 gallons of waste oils every 2 weeks.
So here's where the story gets interesting. See that big red machine?
It's called a waste oil furnace.
The waste oil furnace burns all that used oil, turning it into a heat source for the shop.
It's a big project. As you can see, we've got lots of people here, and our intent is to just leave this a very clean area by the end of the morning.
I knew they were coming, but I didn't realize how many there would be.
That's right.
At one time, I had, I think something like 70 rose plants, plus all the annuals, perennials, and bushes. But as I got to the point where I couldn't take care of them, I let my mailman come and dig up whatever roses he wanted, so there's not many left. I was about 30 when I moved here, and I'm 88 now. I realized that they can't go back to what it was, but anything they do, I'll be very pleased with.
I live in that kind of neighborhood where a lot of people like to help each other.